I guess. I think there's like...
All right, let's just record it.
Oh, here we are. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Hi.
Here we are.
So, welcome to the Mom
Yes.
Show. I'm Alyea.
I'm Alice.
So,
and
you want to tell us what our Mom Show is for?
yeah, for moms,
By moms.
and for anyone who has a mom. So
Basically
if you're
everyone.
watching, you are
Welcome.
part of the group.
Yes. So, yay.
So, yeah, how's it going?
It's going really good.
Good.
I'm feeling very calm today
Oh,
in a
that's
good
good.
way.
Yeah.
Just like calm, and I got my little chai tea latte from Storytime, and I'm just
We need to
feeling
come
it.
in here feeling calm, though, because there's always something that feels
Alice, I want to take Alice's
stressful.
blood pressure before she comes in here, and
well, it's mainly because, I'm going to run an errand after this, but you have somewhere to be.
I do.
So
have
I
somewhere to
feel
be.
like
I'm
we
giving
gotta
a tour of the St. Jude Clinic, our pediatric
Okay.
cancer center. So yeah,
in Springfield.
yeah,
Okay.
we have our own St. Jude affiliate at Mercy. So
Okay, I
there's
didn't
only
know
two.
that.
Yeah, Memphis is the real,
Yes,
the mother load, and then the mother load, Mom
Yeah.
Show. And then in Springfield, we have our very own St. Jude affiliate. So
That's
it's just
awesome.
all the same care. Nothing, the kids don't pay for anything. So, and we raise money for it. So.
Okay. And so is this like the grand opening or
No,
you're just giving tours?
Yep, this is actually the Lions Club, which I love the Lions Club. My husband was like his gramps was in the Lions Club, and he was a lion, and the fairgrounds has the duck pond that goes towards the Lions Club, and
I'm
so
shaking my head yes, but I have no
this
idea.
is brand new. So and then anyways, they give grants, and so they are giving hopefully us a grant. They've already raised money for St. Jude, so we're just touring them through to say thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So how are
Okay.
you?
I'm good.
Are you good?
Yeah. So I guess the only thing I really had for our week recap was we attended the
the
Rogersville Education Foundation Gala.
or as Charles would say, gala.
Or you could say gala.
That was
There's
a
lots
brand
of
new one for
options.
me. I feel like we
That's
talk
a
about this.
terrible one. I feel like we should let that
No,
die.
I like it. Charles, good job. I like that
Oh,
one.
brother. He's always teasing me about how he gives me content.
He gives you
I guess I'm
content.
supposed to thank you.
Yeah, the stuff that you complain about. I'm
Oh,
just
the
kidding.
things I could say, brother. He is
Brother.
a wild card, but
He gives your family, and I feel like him and Gavin are like the spice.
Oh, yeah, they keep things spicy.
Yeah, my pastor
Lane and I are here.
Yeah, you're the salt of the earth. So my pastor that married Noah and I were like, Alyea. So did I already tell you this?
No.
We glued, instead of like the sand or the unity candle, we hot glued. So we had a hot glue gun
You had a hot glue gun on the altar at
on
your
the
wedding.
altar,
I
and
love
we
that.
hot glued like plastic salt and pepper shakers, because if you've seen the movie Fireproof with Kirk Cameron, and then like
Okay, I have seen that movie.
once you're married, you're two become one. But if you were to drop that and the salt and pepper shakers, because they were glued together, they would break. So it's just like symbolic of two become one. That was
Yeah.
the theme, that was the theme of our wedding, was two become one. So we glued salt and pepper together. That was it. We still have it in our shadow box. But and then our Pastor Dan was like, Alyea, you're the pepper, you're the spice in your marriage,
Pepper.
and Noah, you're the salt of the earth. And I was like, I don't know. I think he's pretty spicy himself.
He can be.
So anyways, Charles and Gavin are the spice.
Oh, yeah. They are
Right?
for sure the spice.
I
yeah.
like that though.
Yeah.
Got to have both.
Yes. But yeah, the gala was fun.
So
It was
fun.
fun to see friends.
fun.
K-ROG had a table.
Yeah. Lively bunch. No.
I know. Well,
It was
I
good.
wanted to meet. I have never met Mrs. Worsham.
Yes.
So, and she's actually a teacher at
Wow.
at Lane's school at
Respect.
the Upper, and so I wanted to meet her.
Respect.
But like once all the I don't know, I guess auctioning and stuff was
Yes.
over, I like peeked over and they were all gone.
Yeah.
I saw Lauren slip out.
Yeah. Well, that's
But
good.
I know. I
mean,
was like, oh, okay.
so good. I really enjoyed seeing the grants being given
Oh,
and the
absolutely.
teachers, and that's so fun, because they are so grateful, and
Oh yeah.
it just means a lot to them.
And
so.
to see where the money's going and like how it's
Raise
being
a lot of
used, it's
money.
awesome.
So the one disappointment that the Aldrich family had was that we bid on 15 silent auction items and only came home with 2. So
What did you come home with?
We were Noah, I know, was so disappointed.
What did he have his headset on? I didn't like.
I know. So
See
gosh, now I said it and I don't even remember. We had 2 envelopes, and I got a family photo session.
I love that. And that was his idea, right? To bid on
he
that.
he knew he would.
He knows the way to your heart.
He does, because he and I get in kind of a,
Heated
I was gonna say
fellowship.
altercation.
Heated fellowship
It's not an
over.
altercation. I was say altercation. It's not an altercation, but he does not want to do family photos every year. Yeah. He gives me every other year because he's like, we haven't changed that much.
He allows you to take his picture with the group every other year.
With an authentic, genuine smile. So, so we do it, and we're going to do it this year because we didn't do it last year. So I'm so excited.
Have you reached out to this photographer?
Not yet. Okay. So we usually try to do it in the fall because we love our trees. We live on, the oak trees are like bright red. So hopefully we can take pictures in front of there. So anyway.
That's fun. Yeah. And what was the other one?
It's a great question.
Okay,
I don't remember.
Forgot.
I totally forgot.
But did he have his heart set on some of the auction
Oh,
items?
yeah. There was
what? I don't remember.
I know. I should have myself more prepared for this. I think there was some sort of a tool. There was a toy for the kids that was kind of cool. So there's a lot of things he bid on. You know what I was really excited to see went for so much money was the Jag landscaping, not landscaping, but
yes.
Oh my gosh, where you water?
Irrigation.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a nice item.
Oh yeah.
I kind of want to get that for another silent auction I have to do, or live auction I have to do. So
yeah. Ever since we moved to the country, we do not irrigate.
Yeah.
So
we need to do something. It's a hot mess.
In the July and August, it all kind of starts dying. It's sad.
Yeah. Yeah. Ours is really bad right now. It's like weedy and purple and.
Got to get on that Nixa Hardware plan.
Oh, Nixa Hardware. That's Noah's. His dad.
Yeah,
so.
he's got connections.
Okay.
So that was fun.
That was fun.
The gala was fun.
Yes. I love White River Room too.
Oh,
they have the best food.
They do. It was good.
So good.
It was really good.
Okay.
And fun to see everybody. So today, instead of playing a game, we have some days we'll do Fun Fact Friday. So I actually have a fun fact. And when I read it, you might think, what does this have to do with the mom show? But then I'll explain. It'll make perfect sense. But okay, sorry.
I saw that eagle. Is that an eagle?
That was an eagle in our front yard this morning.
It's really like majestic when you see it, or magical.
It is.
Yeah.
And then I second guess like my
your skills.
Bird knowledge.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, it's
an eagle.
An eagle.
I saw a hawk and thought it was
in our yard.
An eagle, and my bird knowledge was not good. But
no,
that's so cool.
Because I even was like, never mind. Okay, so here is my fun. Oh shoot, that's not my favorite. I'm sorry, I was planning Gavin's Easter party last night, and so I screenshotted a lot of like Easter party games or spring party games. Sorry. Okay, so this is fun fact.
Okay.
Sliced bread was first manufactured by machine and sold in the 1920s by the Chillicothe Baking Company in Missouri.
Chillicothe.
Yeah, it was the greatest thing since unsliced bread.
Unsliced bread. That's funny.
I mean, that's Missouri, brought
Chillicothe. Where is Chillicothe?
Yeah, it's in Missouri.
I know.
I'm not from here.
Which region?
I don't know. I'm not from Missouri, but I do have friends from there.
This is if our show has grown to the point where people are like, they're giving their 2 cents. Give us a clue. Yeah. Does anybody know?
So
they're like, you're an idiot.
The reason that, I thought that was kind of cool that it started in Missouri, but I did some math last night.
Yeah.
Because I'm very thankful for this. Because I did the math of how many days Lane has been in school.
Yeah.
So there are 174-ish school days a year. So that means I've made over 1,200 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And praise the Lord for sliced bread. That was my fun fact.
Let's unpack that a little bit because you're saying that you have made because he only wants to bring us lunch.
Until 6th grade, now he goes back and forth, and now he makes his own lunch.
Yeah, but what are the elements
probably did some of that
on his sandwich? Just
peanut butter and jelly.
What kind of jelly?
Grape.
Okay.
Always.
That is fascinating to me.
Of habit.
Okay, but Boogie or Noah, my 7-year-old, only brings his lunch as well, but we cheat and we do the Uncrustables.
They don't like them.
They don't what?
And I thought, so I was like, let me try that.
Yeah.
Because we had them at McAllister's one time. Because they did away with their chicken nuggets, so now we can't go to McAllister's.
Well, they give those away at the school. That's what they do.
They do? I thought they were good.
I think they're real good. I love those things. I love
my kids
peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
So they just like it.
So I have a fun little thing, which was I was like a proud mom about a sandwich. Okay, so my 4-year-old goes to daycare at Mercy, and I walk in, and he is putting peanut butter on a slice of bread himself, which I know that's like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like he's 4. He turned 4 so he's like, I don't know. Anyways, I just was like, I walk in and he's just like doing the peanut butter on the bread. And I was like, oh, he's growing up. Like he can do it himself. So now every morning he has an Eggo waffle for breakfast, and he wants to put the peanut butter on himself, and he puts so much peanut butter on it, and then he eats it, and then it's all over his hands, and it's kind of cute still.
Those second-born kids get stuff done.
He doesn't.
They don't mess around.
We could literally leave him in the woods. Not that we would, but he could survive, and he would figure it out.
Yeah.
He would figure it out.
He's like, okay, I see you. You got your peanut butter. I just need a knife. Come on, where's the knives, ladies?
It's like that mom moment where you're like, oh, you're getting more independent.
I know.
It's cute.
And when they're your youngest, I feel like it's even more like.
Just love them. I know. I liked that fun fact.
Yeah.
So sliced.
Anyway, it's just random. Who would have thought?
So my
Missouri.
guess is that Chillicothe is in like southeast-ish, maybe central.
I was picturing
Were you
near
thinking
like
north?
Columbia.
Chillicothe.
Maybe because they both start with the C.
We have
a source of information.
Well, I saw
right
a
here.
meme or something lately that said, "You never don't know an answer."
Yeah.
These days, like back in the day, you'd have to like call, somebody who knows something,
Or just trust what your parents
maybe
say.
you see that person at church and you ask them the question. This is before the internet, and it's like, no, now we don't. There's nothing we don't know.
Yeah.
This morning
it's at
on
our
the way
fingertips.
to drop off, I looked up. My 7-year-old's like, "Mommy, when was the Great Wall of China built?" And I'm like, "Well, honey, that was built in after World War II." And then
You're feeling real like
I was like, that is so wrong. And so when I told him that, and then we get to the thing, and I was like, let me fact check myself. And it's, oh no, it was built in the first one was built in 220 BC, like the original rendition and then like the Ming Dynasty finished it and made it what it is or what it was.
Oh, but see, it's an opportunity to learn something.
Okay, what are we looking up? Oh, Chillicothe.
Yes, where's Chillicothe?
I don't even know how to spell that.
CHIC.
Wait, no,
No,
chill.
CHILL.
Yeah.
ICOTHE. Chillicothe. I'm just impressed that I know how to say it because I worked with a girl in college that was from there. So that's the only reason I know how to say it.
What are we talking about here? Okay.
Where is
Chillicothe? Where are we? Okay.
I don't know where I'm just not from Missouri. I know where Jeff's sitting, Columbia. I know Branson. I know. I feel like every other person I meet is from Houston.
This is going to make us feel real dumb.
Is it close?
It's real close.
No, it's not. Where is it? What's it near? What's it near? What big city? Big city. Like, is it Kansas City side? St. Louis side?
Hang on.
We're getting slow internet.
Okay, I know. It's
like
not. Oh no, it's 187 miles.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it's close.
And it is close to
Wait
St.
for
Joseph.
it.
St. Joseph.
Okay,
You're
St.
right.
Joe,
It's
Kansas
north
City.
of. So it's northern Missouri,
Yeah.
north of Columbia. It's kind of east of St. Joseph.
Yeah, so it's a drive.
So yeah, we're
But
yeah.
they
Okay.
made. I
make
wonder
some
if
good
there's
bread
like
there.
any. I wonder if they
So
know
wait,
that's what they're known for.
You're
Like,
saying
you
that
created,
literally they created the machine that slices the bread.
Yes.
So then people
In
say that's the
Missouri.
greatest thing. Missouri.
Look at us.
And spring. Yeah. We're
now
just
I'm like us, even though I was not here.
okay.
So that was fun. Fun
Super
fact.
fun.
Yeah.
Great fact.
Yeah.
I liked that.
Okay. So there's no segue really, but, well, moms that will one day be making peanut butter and jellies, I guess. But, so I feel like,
Oh, yeah.
there are new moms everywhere.
Yeah. Are
And
you? I saw you say that. So are you saying you've seen like an increased because spring, that's when people have
Well,
babies, right? That's
I mean, I think
or
people
when
have
the
babies
animals
year round.
I know, but I have a couple friends that are pregnant and they're super cute.
Yeah.
One is 37 weeks today, so that's super cute.
Oh, she's close.
I
had coffee with a friend. She used to be a Rogersville teacher, a second grade teacher and she's young. She's pregnant with her first baby. And so she was asking me all these things. And gosh, Lane is almost 13. I was trying to like really dig back in my memory of being a first time mom. It's like I can, but then it feels forever ago. So anyway, she was asking me questions about just like anything, and the gear and all the equipment changes and evolves and is amazing. But like, did you have anything you couldn't live without, or that you was like one of your?
Oh yeah, and this is so fascinating or interesting that you're saying this, but I wanted to be like uber prepared. Like we're hopefully getting a dog. I've never had a dog. And so I'm reading everything about how to raise it, like how to have a dog. Like I know nothing.
This is kind of crazy.
Okay.
Because when I was chasing Reese this morning,
You're like,
and so mad, I was like, I thought of you and I was like, don't do it. I didn't even know you were going to say that you were like still thinking about it. Okay.
I don't know. I think it's kind of a pipe dream, but, so, okay. And then like last night at that Rosie event, the question was, a woman in your life who has significantly impacted you. And of course, I talked about my mom. But then I gave Teresa Coyne a shout out because of like what we talked about when she was on the show, and even that one, because it was just like, as a first-time mom, she'd already been a mom, and those questions that you have. So, you know, and then in all of my stress of like trying to figure out all the things and ordering all the things and what needs to be on our registry and everything, and then somebody's like, truly, all you need is like, if you're breastfeeding, you know, your boob and a blanket because they'll spit up, and, you know, some diapers. Like, that's really all you need. You know, obviously blankets and everything, but all these
everything else just makes it more like
comfort, easier.
Yeah, comfort. Yeah.
So the question is, what could I have not lived without? Gosh, I think so. I think that, you know, nursing is such an important component. If you're doing it, it's very stressful and you don't know what you're doing. And it's just like, so that first time I didn't know what I was doing. And so then looking back, and that second time, there's this like suction cup that you put on your, it's a mom show.
Yeah,
it's the mom show.
Okay.
I think I don't know what it's called. Like it might even be called like a sucka or something. It's like a little thing and it's plastic, and you like suck it on the one. And so when you're nursing on the other one, all that excess that would usually be wasted, I mean, you can fill it up and it would be wasted, or your body just stops producing that, but you can actually, it's kind of like double time. So I feel like it helps you save a lot more milk. And for me, it was like so crucial because I don't feel like I was like the best, you know, I don't know but I think I have friends that are like professional, you know, nurses or whatever. So I think that was really important. No, well, the first time, the swaddle, the Velcro one. Oh. So there's this like Velcro one that is so soft, and it is so great. And you don't even have to do anything. You zip them up, and then and then they're just this little snug in a bun.
Kids like that.
Oh yeah. Did your kids hate it?
I didn't do it. I didn't do swaddle.
Okay.
So the thing I couldn't live without, I think, is like been banned now. Oh. Yeah. It was that little like sleeper rocker thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And so, but I still don't understand. I'm sure obviously but I would put him there was a little like buckle.
Yeah.
Like little 3
around
their legs.
Yeah.
So they were, you know what I mean?
I know exactly.
I don't know how they would have.
Yeah.
I always buckled them in. So by the time we were moving from that to like his bed, Lane, this was with Lane.
Yeah, first time.
And then I was like, oh, somebody had given me a swaddle blanket. So I was like, so I guess we could try this. But he was like not teeny tiny. Oh. And he was like laying there, and he was always so happy. And he's like laying there, and we're like trying to figure it out. I'm like, okay. And he's looking at us like he already knew like that wasn't a normal thing. Like, so this was like a new, and then I was like, he doesn't like it. So we did not swaddle. And Gavin, oh my gosh, Gavin was the best baby. Yes, he did the sleeper rocker thing too.
Gavin.
I would nurse him, and he would go right back to bed. And every single time I was like, is this going to be the last night? That never once did he stay awake. So I'd nurse him, and we'd both go back to bed.
Good job. That's amazing.
Because I hear people say like their kids would want to be awake then, and I'm like, no.
Oh yeah, no.
Right back to bed.
Yeah. Okay, I love that. You know, the other thing I just thought of that you probably had as well, and the other thing you can't live without for your first time because you are so tired and you don't know. And I actually had a traumatic birth experience, so I was like hadn't slept for 4 days, like literally, it was really bad. So I was just so tired. My mom. So either a mom or a best friend who is literally bringing you food and your family food. Mm-hmm. My mom cooked like healthy meals for our family, and it was like I just didn't have to worry about that. And I know people set up the meal trains and everything, but just even somebody that can also do other things and help you. And that was clutch for me. That.
Well, funny story about moms. So my mom came down because they lived in Lebanon at the time.
Okay.
And she had taken off because Charles went back to work, like not long after.
Yeah.
And she came down, and I was thinking we were going to like just sit and stare at, her first grandchild, my first baby. She like comes to our house, and I answer the door, and she's like all put together, like looking all cute. And I'm like, oh, hey. And so she comes in, and we're doing stuff, and she's holding Lane, and she's like, so what do you want to do? Do you want to go anywhere? And I was like, oh. But it ended up being the best thing because it was the first time I had him like in a car seat where I was like figuring out like the car seat in and out, and she was there to like hold stuff and like, so what I first was surprised. I'm like, oh, really? We're going to go somewhere. It ended up being so great to have somebody with you the first time you like.
Totally.
And, what were you going to say
just
something?
getting out and like, I think that's it. I didn't get out. And then the first walk I went on, because I had some issue. I was just like, oh, sunlight, you know, and just being out and like saying hi to the neighbor. Like that was a big moment for me.
I loved strollers. I love walking.
I love
going for walks.
Yes.
So I did see this, and I like texted my girlfriends, because I have a couple girlfriends that had babies like at 40, like surprise babies.
Good for them.
Yeah. And so they were like going through all the new gear again too, and it just evolves and changes. So I was watching, I don't even know what it was on, but it was a car seat, because you know those days when you're like putting your baby in and they're arching their back.
Oh yeah.
So now they have this car seat that swivels.
Oh.
So like when you open your car door, it's facing you.
Yeah.
You put that baby in.
Glorious.
And then turn it. And I was like,
cheating.
Why didn't I think of that? I'm always like, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, you literally
remember
like break your
those
back.
moments of like, they're like arching their back.
Yeah.
Like, you will get in this car seat.
Yeah,
I know I didn't have a ton, but I do remember having some. But I'm like, whoever thought of that is a genius.
Yeah. I love that.
I feel like it should just be standard now.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's probably expensive. You know, it always starts off expensive, and then they kind of mainstream it into all the brands. But
yeah. Wow.
So I don't know. I didn't have a ton, and she was like, where do I get plugged in? Like as a new mom, and I feel like.
Did you tell her to join the new mamas Facebook group? That is a local. Like there are like 3,000 or 4,000 people in that group. Yeah, and that's local.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah,
I feel like you can ask any question. You'll get lots of opinions.
I feel like for me, but it was way before all of that. Yeah. I after I finished teaching that year, but then I joined a gym, and so there was a really good childcare.
Was there really?
Oh yeah, and that's where I met my best friend. Aww. We would do a class together, and then we would walk for an hour. So I utilized that 2 hour.
That's really great.
Yeah, because as a stay-at-home mom, like it's
that's great.
You have to like find some community. So, but yeah, those Facebook groups. That's
the Facebook group. You know what else? That's not really getting plugged in, because I don't think I came away from it being super connected to anyone there but the librarian. But I used to go to story time all the time.
Oh,
as a new
absolutely.
Mom. And I just felt like I was doing something that like I used to do, but he'd be this baby that's listening to stories. I just loved that. I think that's fun. Okay.
Oh yeah, and as they get bigger, like they've got the stuff at the nature center and all the things. Yeah. But yeah, that first like you're trying to figure it out. Yeah. I feel like you just have to experience it. There are some things you can't know until you just.
It's so cool.
Experience it. So,
okay. I love that.
So yeah. And then, I'm very far from being a new mom. And so I feel like my topics were like all over the place, but
something for a future show. Yeah. We've talked about it. We have to address it is the like phone situation. We're going to have a whole show on that. Like, what's that called? Technology or
so I actually have somebody in mind who has.
Because Lane's there.
Not yet. Well, but phones.
No, but like.
He's getting close. Yeah. It's on our radar. Yeah. I have a mom in mind. Okay. She has like a senior and then I think 2 younger kids. And so she's navigated these waters. Yeah. And I think.
Well, and we were talking about that. What was it? Like a meeting or a movie that they showed at was it high school? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did that. Bark.
Kind of eye-opening.
Very.
Right. Yeah. So
because it scares me and I don't want to be scared. I want to be informed. Well, but it's a lot to.
It's just a huge conversation.
Yeah, we do need to talk about that.
Okay. That's going to be, we're going to have something happy on. But I mean, I think you can make it's the reality of life. So we have to figure out a plan for how we're going to navigate that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that'll be a good topic. Yeah. Okay. So I don't even know where to go next, but I guess this is like the furthest thing from having babies is.
Oh yeah. She had some serious
not
topics.
Quite to the happenings yet, but kind of. My birthday is next week, and usually I would never be like, "Oh, it's my birthday." That's not what that's about. So last year I turned 40.
Early birthday.
Thanks. Last year I turned 40, and it was like, you celebrate, and it was fun, and it didn't bother me. Like I'm like I love things that come along with aging, as far as like knowing yourself and not caring as much what other people think, those types of things. Yeah, just like being really,
yeah, for sure.
But man, 41 feels like it's not hard, it's not bad. Like I'm not complaining, but I was surprised because I'm like, oh, 40 40, I feel like I'm like here and there, like, oh, well, I'm 40.
Yeah.
41 feels like in the direction of
you're like in your 40s.
50. And I feel so far away from that, but
I know. Okay.
I am not. So anyways, your thoughts on aging.
I have so many thoughts on aging. And I think if I'm going to be really honest, I am approaching a little bit of I'm 41. And so I have sensed in the last year, like 40, when I turned 40, we were in Montana on a ranch, and I was like
fun.
super fun. And I was like super happy the kids were with us, and it just felt fun. Like, you know, you just feel like everything you wanted to achieve, you've done it, and you're doing great. You love your job, love your family. And 41, you're like, okay, well, I'm getting there. And then like you're definitely have decided that you're not having children, any more children. So that was like a big thing for me. And like this loss of womanhood, not that like I still could, but like just that I told Alice, like, I have a little bit of mourning of my youth where it's like I don't necessarily want to be there, but you're just like all the things that I was able to do or weren't as hard, or it's just like, man, who said that? Like, being in good shape after 40, was that you? Somebody said that.
If it was really wise, probably.
It was so, we'll just give credit to Alice, but like,
probably not me.
Being in, shape after 40, you have to be purposeful, and you have to have a plan, and you can't just like arrive at eating 2 salads and then you know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
So I think just a little bit of like, okay, yes. And then you just feel like like little things that you definitely want to accomplish in your life or achieve. You feel like you probably should go in that direction, or you know what I mean? Like, you're not getting any younger. So that's, I don't know.
I will say, after I wrote all this, I was talking about it with Rebecca this morning while we were walking, because she's very wise too. But
yes, I need Rebecca. She's coming on the show.
Yeah, but she's still in her 30s.
Is she really?
For one more month.
She's a pup. Oh,
she turns 40 next month. Yeah, I know. She'll be fun.
She's our loyal
fan.
Fun
to celebrate.
Yes,
Rebecca.
She happy
is.
early birthday, Rebecca.
Yeah, we'll definitely do a birthday shout out as it gets closer. But but we were as we were talking, I was like, well, it's kind of crazy because a decade ago, Lane would have been 3. I would have had 1 3-year-old.
No, Gavin.
And that seems like a lifetime ago. So it's going to take a while to get to 50. It's like it goes fast and it goes slow.
A lot of life happens in that.
Yeah. So I'm trying to be like, it's going to be fine. And it's not bad. I'm not complaining. I just was surprised. It just felt different.
Yeah.
I felt like 40 would feel more like a big.
If this makes you feel any better, like the friend / just kind of a donor and grateful patient that I got to interact with yesterday, one of my colleagues set up a tea party for us, and it was so cute. And so her name is Maria, and she's 50, and I don't think she'd mind me saying this, but she does not look 50. And I was like, you're amazing. And I go, you're making 50 look like it's the new 30, because
I've heard it is the new 40.
And I mean, like 40-year-olds look like, I mean, you know what I mean? It's like 25-year-old or late 20s. It's like people are more active. They're more conscious of their health. I feel like we're okay, but I think that there are things like that person said, or whoever, in your 40s, you just have to be so much more purposeful for what you want to achieve, goal-wise.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of I have heard other people talk about 40s. It's kind of nice because your kids are pretty self-sufficient as far as like doing things for themselves.
We're getting
you can kind of, I know
I
was an
old mom.
No, I know you still have a 40-year-old, but but then you can focus on yourself. Like, you know what I mean? Just like even with me going to the gym first thing in the morning.
Yes,
like,
I'm back.
Charles, you are.
I went to the gym twice this week with Alice, and I'm just so happy to be back.
I know.
It was good.
Yeah. But so Charles will leave. We have about like a 7-minute window where neither one of us are home, but we can do that now.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're getting ready for school.
Yeah.
And so anyways.
Ooh, I have a question for you.
Ask.
Random.
Yeah.
This is a good question. I'm just really tooting my own questions horn here. But what age would you let somebody babysit your kid, or the older sibling I guess older sibling, you probably would start younger than like.
What's the question?
Like, I'm going to have a babysitter come to watch my 7-year-old. How young would you let that person be in your house or whatever? If they don't have to go anywhere, or the older sibling watching, Gavin or whatever. Like, what age do you start letting your kids do that?
Oh, What age does the older child
Yes.
become the babysitter?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. I was like, is there
Yeah.
a babysitter and an older child? Okay.
Yeah.
So I think it depends on your kids.
Right, how mature they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Because Lane is a good kid.
Mature.
And Gavin has always seemed older than he is.
Yeah.
And it's not for long spurts of time. It was just last summer was the first summer. So they would have been
12.
Yeah. Or maybe it was the summer before. They're all running together.
Yeah. But I
maybe
think
last
that's
year,
good.
12 and 6, 12 and.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would save their tablet time for when I would leave.
Yes.
So I would be gone for like an hour to an hour and a half max. Like if I had to go to an appointment and come back. And
It's
usually
really
I would bring them back, planned where I would bring them back lunch. Those were kind of our first.
Yes. Trials.
Yes. But if they are playing a tablet, they don't even know that I'm
they
not
have no
there. They
clue.
haven't moved when I got back. This is funny. I can't remember all the specifics, but I was like, okay, guys, I'm going to go to this appointment. I'll be back. I'll bring lunch. And I went down the driveway and had forgot something. So I turned around. It was literally, and this is so something my sister and I would have done, literally like a minute and a half. I pull back up in the driveway and pop in to grab something. And they're both standing there with spoons and the whipped cream. And I'm like, you guys, you didn't even make it 2 minutes after I've been gone. And they're just looking at me. I'm like, have your spoonful of Cool Whip. And then like, that's enough. I'm bringing you lunch. But so they're going to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they're really like,
Oh, that's funny.
they're all different. My kids just don't they're not wild or like climbing on, you know what I
They
mean?
just
Like,
wanna watch
I
their
don't feel like they're
tablets.
going to get
Yeah.
hurt.
See,
or-
okay. So then really quick, and then we'll do the
yeah.
happenings. But okay, so then if your child was like 7 years old or 8 years old, and they didn't have an older sibling, what would be the lowest age? I guess it depends on how mature the babysitter is,
Yeah.
but would you let a 14-year-old or a 13-year-old or?
Oh, a babysitter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for like a family member. I think so too.
Oh, yeah.
If they're
I had
if they're
babysitters
great-
that couldn't drive.
No, and they're great students. They're very mature.
They're usually friends, family.
family.
Kids.
I have a nephew who is very mature. He's going to be 14 this summer. I'm like, he could do it,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, I usually use girls, but I feel like a
No,
boy
he's
could be fine.
Yeah, and he's got 2 younger siblings.
Yeah, so he's
So
used
he's
to that.
used to it. And
Yeah.
it's just Boogie, or just my 7-year-old. The other one will go to daycare.
Oh, then
I was like, they're
Yeah.
going to be like, and I mean, it's only for a couple hours because anyways.
Yeah.
But okay, so thank you. That
yes.
helps. Okay.
Yes.
are the
Okay, the
happenings?
happenings. Okay, so funny. One of the happenings is starting right now. It's 1
What
o'clock.
is it?
The high school baseball team is playing their first game on the new field. Which, when I was looking up the times, I was like, "Oh, maybe we could go."
Yeah.
And then it's at 1 o'clock. When you were in school, did sports start during school?
No. Well, if the weather was going to be bad, then they started
Oh.
earlier, and I ran into one of my colleagues was like, "I gotta go. My son's playing." It was like 2 o'clock, and I was like, "Oh, school's not even out." And he goes, "They moved the games earlier because it's supposed to rain. It's supposed to rain really bad today." So I bet you was that time always set.
I mean, I looked it up yesterday, and on the school
they might have
website it
adjusted it
said
because of the
1
weather.
o'clock.
That's my guess.
Well, they've got other games on the calendar that are at noon.
Interesting.
So
We
maybe
need to
they
find
are-
out about that.
I think it's a thing, though. I think
must
like
be
the
a
golfers
thing.
get to leave out of school. It was not like that when I was growing up.
Kind of fun.
Okay, so the baseball, and
Cool.
that's part of the bond, that all the new things happening on the athletic fields and stuff. So that's
Okay.
exciting. Can't wait to see that.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's happening right now. And then I had the spring parties, the K through 5th grade spring parties. Classroom parties are next week on the 6th.
So fun.
There's no school on the 7th.
No school. Good Friday.
Yep, we can probably talk about that for our show. And then this was just random, and it's not really like a date happening. But have you ever taken? I follow the Gooseberry Bridge Farm people. We've never been there, but they're like talking about how they're going to have like all these like
Want to go?
baby animals
Should we do
and
on location
that would be
for this
so
show?
fun.
Yeah, let's go. Hey, that would be
that
fun.
would be
Once
so
Will
fun.
was talking, once we have a producer,
Girl, we
could
can't
like
even
show pictures. This is
Okay, show pictures. I thought you were like,
I'm
can
like,
we go?
I'll go live.
Because I'm
And
like,
they'll
we
be like,
can't
"We're
even
recording live."
get the technology set up in here. I can't even
She
imagine
goes,
us.
"Girl, just
They're like, you
let's
guys look like a train
But
wreck.
I think it would be fun to have pictures, like our producer
Oh,
would just like go to, like,
absolutely.
oh, Alice and Alyea
Yeah.
went to Gooseberry Farm. We have a goat
Yes, and that's local. So
hey, the
support
other
local.
thing, really quick, is that construction for I-25, 125? It's already started, right? It's going down.
It's going down,
man.
Till
okay, how do you feel about them
2024.
squishing us? How
I
do
don't
we feel?
like it.
We got big cars, and I'm getting squished. And
I don't do
Boogie's
it.
like, "Why are you driving so slow, Mom?" I'm like, "Because I have concrete next to my tires."
and the speed limit's 50.
Stresses me out. Okay,
Nope,
but it'll be worth it, right?
all the way.
So are we gonna have one of these things? The overhead roundabout?
Where I need to see a picture. I'm not even sure. I've heard we may be going over
Diamond
125 the highway. No, it's not a diamond.
I know nothing.
It's
We'll figure it out.
I'm picturing I'm picturing something like that, but I don't think it is.
Oh.
But I shouldn't say anything because I don't know.
Okay.
I need to see a picture.
We'll find that out.
I need to see a picture of what it's the final product, but it's going to be a long time.
We need somebody
it's
to write
always
down.
worth it, but it is painful. So we'll be driving 186.
Okay, so you go
And down.
186.
Oh, yeah. We will avoid all of that.
Okay.
So,
Well,
I don't like feeling squished.
Oh, I know. It's stressful.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
Anything big this weekend for you and your
gosh.
happenings, or we don't have nothing? We have nothing.
So soccer has started for us. We're playing in the Rogersville Rec League.
Are they playing tonight?
Soccer last night was our first practice. Tonight is our first game at the park, at the Rogersville Park. So we're playing soccer, and then I feel like, I've got big plans.
Oh, you have big plans.
Kenny Chesney in Oklahoma City and the Thunder Suns game on Sunday.
Fun.
We're getting massages, and I'm just pumped. It's going to be a good little weekend.
That is so fun. I forgot about that. So the Rogersville parks are not like totally saturated?
Probably. Well, he had
What was
practice last
practice
night.
like?
He said it was a little bit muddy, but it wasn't too bad. He didn't. His cleats weren't that bad.
Always for soccer, fall and spring, I always have Walmart sacks in my car, and the cleats go in the Walmart sack.
That's a good idea. That's a good mom hack.
I do not do mud in my car.
No, it's a good mom hack. They weren't in my car, so
I had
an event, so it was daddy. So I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I don't love cleaning up after that type of stuff.
Yeah, so big weekend.
Yeah,
Cowboy
that's
boots
fun.
are coming
Have
out.
fun.
I'm so excited. I've been listening to Kenny Chesney.
Oh,
what?
so
I
good.
go back, that song.
Yes.
Oh, it's so good.
Yes, so good.
I really do go back to high school, and it's good.
Well, I go back to like decades ago that I saw him in concert for the first time.
Yeah.
I mean, he has stood the test of time. Well, that's so fun. Okay, well, have fun. And I'm not sure what next Friday will look like, but we'll figure it out because there's no school. So
Could
we'll
be
have
fun.
to figure out
what if we bring
what
our
if?
children on the show so they can meet the kids.
They can see
How
us
fun would
momming
that
in
be?
action.
Gavin would love it.
Gavin would be like, "Can I bring a tablet?" You would never hear him.
Bring that gold chain, Gavin.
Oh,
Just
he
bring
would
the
definitely
gold
have the gold
You
chain
can
on.
rock the gold chain.
He rocks the gold chain. He doesn't care if his hair is fixed, but he will have the chain on.
That's awesome.
Anyways, well, you guys have a good weekend.
You
that was
too,
fun.
yeah.
It was good
So
to
fun.
see you. And we'll see you